All right, hello and welcome. I'm excited to be with you today to talk about something I'm really passionate about, which is cleansing. doTERRA has created really an amazing 30-day cleanse, which is my favorite cleanse I've ever done. This is Karina Barris, and I'm with you live from California. I have actually done a lot of cleansing in my day. Years ago, I did a lot of fasting and juice cleansing and some very aggressive kinds of cleanses that would have you, running to the bathroom all day. And this is not like that. This is actually one of the reasons I love the doTERRA 30-day cleanse is it's gentle, yet very effective. And so you're able to just cleanse gently while you're going through your normal activity. You can still work, you can still eat, fairly normally. And so it's just a great cleanse for everyone to be able to do. Now, let's talk a little bit about cleansing and why you would want to cleanse and maybe what some of the benefits will be. So the benefits of cleansing are really quite numerous. Our body works optimally when everything is working correctly. And when we start getting too many toxins and sludge and just slowing down all of the eliminatory pathways in our body does not function optimally. And we can start having all kinds of symptoms like fatigue, digestive upset, feeling heavy, feeling foggy in the brain, joint pain, not a good mood, being tired. We can have symptoms like skin, irritations, all kinds of things like that can happen when we really need to cleanse. So conversely, once we've cleansed, often what people will feel is a lot of energy, much better mood. The skin can become very vibrant and beautiful. Hair, nails, everything in our body starts to show when we've cleansed. Oftentimes people lose weight. They experience much better digestion, elimination process. That's often one of the main benefits of cleansing. But even things like joint pain and mood, immunity, all of these things are benefited by cleansing. So we're going to dive right in. And we're in spring, and spring is actually a really great time to do like a spring cleaning, right? We often do a spring cleaning on our home. And so this is a great time to do a spring clean on our body. Now, when we look at doTERRA's wellness lifestyle pyramid, many of you have probably seen this great pyramid. We see eating right is the foundational piece of that. And we are going to talk a little bit about nutrition while we're doing this cleanse. And then you've got your exercise, rest, and manage stress, and then reducing our toxic load. This is a foundational piece in our healthy lifestyle pyramid, is reducing our toxic load. And the reason is that we are taking in a lot of toxins. It's really kind of alarming, actually, when you think about how many toxins we're surrounded by in our air, in our food, in our water. Definitely if you're taking any synthetic medication, if you're eating at the standard American diet, you're taking in a lot of toxins. But even if you're eating very, very healthy and you're, drinking lots of water and you're only using doTERRA for your, medicine cabinet, you're still, unfortunately, taking in a lot of toxins in your environment. Not all of the toxins are we in control of. And what happens is our body can actually handle toxins. We have filtration systems in our body that are able to take in a certain amount of toxin and process it. But when we have too much, we get this toxic load and our body is not able to perform optimally. Now let's talk about our exposure pathways. How are we bringing in toxins? We actually breathe. You can see there the lungs. We're actually breathing in a lot of toxins from our air. It obviously depends on where we live and where we work. This could be exacerbated. But often, I live in a great place near the ocean, but I still am taking in toxins. There's a lot of farms where I live. There's a lot of spraying, chemical spraying, unfortunately. We have terrible allergies where I live because of all these toxins being sprayed into the environment. That is not something I have total control of. I don't live right by the farms. I have control of that, but I still drive and work and live in a community where that's happening. Many people work in environments where there's a lot of toxins in the air. So again, we're breathing those toxins in and they get into our body. The second way there you see is the GI tract, right? What are we taking into our body orally through medications, through food, through water? What are we putting in our mouth that is getting into our body? Probably a lot. And again, we do have a lot of control over this, but not completely. And then our skin. We forget the skin. The skin is the largest organ of the body, and it absorbs toxins. So this really becomes important when we're talking about what are the cleaning products we're using, what are the skincare, hair care, makeup, cosmetics, soap, right? What are those products that we're using? Do they have toxins in them? If they do, then we're absorbing them into our skin. Now, this is where doTERRA can be really, really helpful, because the first thing we want to do before we even talk about detoxing is we want to avoid toxic exposure, right? We want to avoid as many toxins as possible. That way we have less toxins we have to detox from and less of that toxic load. So let's talk about some simple ways we can do that. One way, which many of us do, is to actually wash our produce with lemon essential oil. So you can put your produce in some water to soak for a minute with lemon essential oil. What the lemon essential oil does is it actually helps to take off any pesticide residues, any wax, from like the stickers that they put on the produce, dirt, it cleans your produce, okay, very naturally. It also makes it taste delicious. We can also diffuse essential oils in the air to clean the air. I've got On Guard going right now, right by my desk, with some Breathe and some frankincense. And it's just fantastic. It's actually helping me, because I'm fighting a little cold, so it's helping me breathe, but it's also cleansing the air in my environment. Okay, and then last here, but definitely not least, with avoiding toxic load, we need to avoid toxic exposure, especially with the products that we're using, guys. That is like the easiest thing to change, because we buy our products and we use them. That's not up to anybody else. We don't always have control over the air we're breathing. We don't always even have control over what we're eating if we're at a restaurant or at a friend's house, but we absolutely choose the skincare, hair care, cleaning products of our own home. We have complete control over this. And this is where doTERRA is such a great ally in this, because we can use all these gorgeous products listed here, the skincare, hair care, cleaning products, toothpaste, and really avoid a lot of those nasty toxins just by the products that we use. The great thing about doTERRA's products is they're also better than anything you can find on the market. I know in the past, before I had doTERRA, I would try to buy natural cleaning products and natural skincare and hair care, and usually it was really crappy. It wasn't very good. It didn't clean well. It didn't leave my hair as nice, right? But the great thing about doTERRA is these products are actually superior to the ones on the market. Our cleaning products are way better than anything I've ever seen, either natural or commercial. So we're lucky in that regard. But this is going to be really important to reduce toxic load. Okay, the second is to support our defensive functions. So what this means is that our body is actually naturally made to deal with toxins coming in and to be able to filter them out. That's one of the things our body is meant to do. So we want to support our body to do what it's meant to do. And one of the main ways we want to do that is to nourish and fortify. Now, this is where our lifelong vitality and our daily nutrient pack becomes so important. Nutrients will actually give our body energy. So when we have the nutrients that our body needs, our body has the energy that's required to detoxify. It takes energy for our body to do all of the functions it needs to detoxify. And what happens for so many people, because most people, if they're not on a quality supplement like Lifelong Vitality, they're not getting the nutrients their body needs to create the energy required. There was a study done where 9 out of 10 people did not even have the minimum daily requirement of nutrients. Okay, and minimum daily requirement is not optimal. That's like the minimum to be healthy. So that's showing you that without proper supplementation, people are not getting the nutrients needed. So when we have the nutrients we need to fortify, our body has the energy that it needs to protect and detoxify. Our liver function is able to work correctly. Free radicals need to be neutralized, and we're going to avoid an excessive inflammatory response. Okay, so these are all things that are going to happen when we're giving our body the correct nutrients. So here's where our Lifelong Vitality really comes into play. I don't have time in this presentation to go into a lot of depth, but what you've got here is your vitamins, your minerals, you've got your land oils, your fish oils, your antioxidants, your anti-inflammatories, your polyphenols, your really everything your body needs to give it those nutrients, that energy to run optimally. Okay, and then the third thing that we want to do is to support the elimination functions. And this really comes into more the 30-day cleanse and our actual detox program. So let's talk about supporting optimal elimination. We want to ensure that our chimneys, if you will, are clear and clean. So if you think about your spring clean on your home, right, you want to clear out your chimneys, your air ducts, your vents, your pipes, right? You want everything to be, working correctly so that we're able to have that elimination. So with the chimneys of our body has these chimneys, which are the pathways of elimination for toxins. So we want to have proper flow of the intestinal tract. That's going to be really important for elimination, proper flow of the urinary tract, and proper liver function, okay? So those are the three primary chimneys, if you will. That's the way that we're meant to get toxins out. If those chimneys, if you will, or elimination pathways are not open, what will happen is our secondary chimneys will be used. So to give you an example there, that means skin eruptions. So if you are a person that is having rashes, eczema, acne, it is most likely that your elimination channels are not working correctly, because if toxins cannot get out the intestinal tract, the urinary tract, they will come through other pathways like the skin. Okay, and that's not optimal. We don't want toxins coming out of the skin. If it does happen sometimes, and it may happen a little bit on this cleanse, but what we're trying to do here is to get the other pathways open to really minimize that and hopefully eventually stop that from happening. Okay, so let's talk about the GI tract, our gastrointestinal tract. This is 70% of our body's immune function. This is huge, okay? So when we're talking about helping to create elimination through the gastrointestinal tract, it's not just taking out toxins. It's not just obviously having a much better experience of digestion and elimination. It's also helping us to be healthy and well, because 70% of our immune function is there. All right, and when you look at the surface area of the GI tract, if you were to spread it all out, it's the equivalent of a tennis court. So it's very large. There's a lot of pieces to that GI tract. Now, let's look here at how this is supposed to happen with the pathway of elimination. So when we take in a toxin, whether through food, whether breathing it in, maybe some plastic water bottle, who knows, right? It's going to go to our liver, okay? And then the liver ideally is able to process it and send it to the colon to be excreted, or to the kidneys to be excreted, right? This is the proper pathway of elimination. And we're going to talk about the two products that are going to really support that. The first one that we're going to talk about is the Zendocrine Herbal Detoxification Complex. This is actually working on all of the eliminatory pathways of the body, not just the GI tract. It also works for the kidneys, the lungs, the skin, but it is very effective in helping to eliminate through the GI tract. Now, we're going to be taking that all 30 days. And the way you take our Zendocrine is you take it in the morning when you wake up, and you take it at night before you go to bed. Now, you're also going to be using the Terrazyme, which is a digestive enzyme. And we're going to be using this in two ways during the cleanse. We're going to be taking it with our food like you normally do. And when you take it with food, it acts as an enzyme to help you break down, digest, and assimilate all of the different food groups. So you've got enzymes in there for meat, for vegetables, for dairy, for grain, for fruit, right? All of the food groups, there's enzymes that help you to break down and assimilate. But you're also going to be taking that Terrazyme on an empty stomach morning and night before bed, because then what it'll do is it'll actually go in and help to digest undigested food particles. It becomes a cleansing agent, okay? So you're going to be using it in both ways. Okay, I love this. So we've got the Terrazyme, got the GI, and it's a happy heart. Okay, so this is going to, again, help support our digestion and eliminatory processes. And if you're someone that has a lot of food sensitivities, you're going to love the Terrazyme. It really helps with any kind of issues, especially if you have some lactose issues, maybe some gluten issues. Really helps. You might even be able to handle some foods that you are having troubles with. And here's that Zendocrine complex. So this is going to help cleanse the liver, the kidneys, the colons, the lungs, and the skin. So it's actually a complete body detox. It's very gentle. It is all 30 days, and it's really supporting the organs to provide the protection and the cleansing and filtering. It helps to get rid of stored toxic waste. It's all plant and herbal, and this is not an essential oil, okay? There is an essential oils endocrine we're going to talk about in a moment. This is the herbal complex, though, okay? There are two separate products. Okay, we need to talk for a minute about the liver. And here, this picture, you can see the liver is king. Okay, you've got to take care of your liver. Your liver is going to take care of you. And the reason being, let me go back. The reason being is that the liver, again, is where everything goes first. Our liver has to process all the toxins we take in. So we really need to support that liver. And that's where the Zendocrine oil complex comes in. So the Zendocrine oil complex is made up of tangerine, juniper berry, cilantro, geranium, and rosemary. And these essential oils are really targeting the liver and the kidneys, and with the cilantro, heavy metal detox. Okay, they've done studies with cilantro and heavy metals, and it's a very effective tool to use to rid the body of heavy metals. So this Zendocrine oil blend, it comes in the oil, as you can see it right there. It also comes in a gel, a vegan gelatin capsule. So you don't have to put it in your own capsules or put it in water. You can just take the little vegan gel cap. You want to take this in the morning, again, when you wake up, and at bedtime. You take it at the same time you take your herbal complex. And again, you're going to take this all 30 days of the cleanse. Now, many people actually do this oil daily, and they do it before bed, even when they're not cleansing, just as an added support to the liver, because the liver, again, it's taking in toxins every day. It can use some help. So that's going to be part of our 30-day cleanse. Now, this is actually a newer blend. It did replace a former version, and we did add tangerine to replace the grapefruit, juniper berry for the kidneys, and the cilantro for the heavy metal toxins. Okay, you're going to do 2 drops per capsule 2 times a day. Again, you can put it in your own veggie capsule, or you can put it, you can buy them that are already encapsulated. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some more targeted products in the 30-day cleanse. The PB Assist Plus, GX Assist, and the Slim and Sassy Metabolic Blend. Okay, so we've talked about so far our Zendocrine, our vitamins, and our Terrazyme, and the Zendocrine oil. Those 4 products you do all 30 days. Now, after 10 days of this cleanse, you're going to begin the GX Assist. The GX Assist is 10 days long. So you're going to start it on day 10 to day 20. And the GX Assist is an Entera-coated formula that has oregano, melaleuca, lemon, lemongrass, peppermint, and thyme essential oils with caprylic acid. This is Entera-coated, meaning it does not dissolve in your stomach, but it actually gets down into the GI, where we're really trying to address toxins, cleansing, candida, parasites, leftover infections, all kinds of yucky stuff that can hide out in the GI tract. So we are cleansing that out, and it's powerful. It's a powerful cleanser. You're going to take that 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night, and you can take it with food or not. And again, that's for 10 days, okay? Now, during the cleanse, we're also going to be supporting with Slim and Sassy. Now, the Slim and Sassy is going to work in a couple of ways. Definitely, if you are doing any kind of weight loss or weight management program, you're going to be using it anyway. But there's some added support during a cleanse, and here's why. When we take in a toxin, right, to the liver, if the liver can't process it, it stores it in a lipid, in fat. You can see those little pictures of like our nasty orange toxins all stored in fat. For our body to process those toxins, we need to be able to get something in there that's going to disintegrate those toxins and flush them so we can let go of some of that excess fat. That's where our citrus oils come in. Citrus oils dissolve petrochemicals and toxins, and we're able to actually flush them out. All right, so now Slim and Sassy is also going to support you in some other ways during a cleanse, and we're going to talk a little bit about some food choices we want to make, but This lemon sassy is going to help us manage our appetite. It's going to lift our mood. It helps balance the metabolism. It balances the blood sugar, so we're not craving a bunch of crappy stuff. It actually helps with flushing those toxins, and it helps us with the cravings so that we're going to be able to stick with a really healthy diet during this cleanse and not go for the sweets and the carbs. There's a number of ways you can take this. You can take 5 drops in 8 ounces of water, or you can put it in a larger water bottle if that's a little too strong for you. You do want to do it in glass, not plastic. The citrus oils dissolve plastic, so you want to put it in a glass cup, a glass water bottle, stainless steel, or ceramic. You can also use the Slim and Sassy soft gels. You would want to do 5, there's 5 soft gels per capsule. If you're just doing this for the cleanse, 3 capsules would be enough. You could do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at night, and that would be 15 drops. If you're going for a weight loss program, you would want to do 5 of those capsules. You'd want to have 25 drops spaced out. Now, if you're new to doTERRA, please do not start with that many. I would start with maybe 5 drops a day and just keep adding each day to make sure that you're not cleansing too quickly. Okay, there's another really new product that I want to talk about that's going to support you if you are doing the cleanse as part of a weight loss program, and that is our new Control. So the Control is a product that doTERRA has patented. It comes from Sweden, and or it was discovered at Sweden, and they've done 8 years of research, which is the most that there's been any research on a weight loss product. We have the exclusive. It's completely natural. It's a apithyl, which comes from spinach extract. And what it does is it slows down fat digestion to register within the body a feeling of being full. So here you can see those spinach cells. This is the thylakoids in the spinach. This is actually what this product is made out of. So it's made out of spinach, totally healthy. And let me just kind of show you how this works. So if you look at ancient diets, here's our intestinal tract. The phytonutrients in our ancient diets that we were built to have and to live on basically allowed the absorption to go all the way into the lower small intestine. And when that happens, the body signals to the brain, I'm full, don't eat, I'm full, okay? So this is our diets today, which are devoid of those phytonutrients. We are actually assimilating most of everything in the upper small intestine, and so we don't get that message to the brain, and so we just keep eating. This is part of the reason why people overeat so much and always wanting to snack and always wanting to eat. Our body is not registering the signal that I'm full. Okay, so here we go with Control. This is what this product does. It actually slows down the absorption of our nutrients so that they get all the way into the lower small intestine, and we get that experience of I'm full, stop eating. Okay, now it comes in a couple of forms. The first one is the instant mix. It's literally just a package of that spinach extract. You open it up, you pour it in your drink, you pour it in your smoothie, you pour it in your water, and you do need to have some fat with it. Not a lot, very small amount, maybe some almonds, maybe a little bit of, if you're having it with a meal, if there's some salad dressing. If you're having it in a smoothie, maybe add a half an avocado, almond milk. Just make sure you have some fat, because the fat needs to bind with the apithyl to create that slow absorption all the way to the lower intestine, okay? And it works really, really well. I've been using it. I put it in my smoothie, and my smoothie will last me till lunch. And whereas before I would drink a smoothie and be starving in an hour. So it really, really helps. And this is going to be really helpful for you if you are, any kind of weight loss or weight management program, or if just, doing more of a cleansing diet, you feel more hungry, this could really help you in that. Okay. So there we go, that lower intestine, and you're going to get that. Don't eat, I'm full. I do want to point out, it does take some time. So if you are someone that tends to really get hungry for things you don't want to be eating in the afternoon, do your Control in the morning. If you're someone that really struggles in the evening, maybe late time munching, I would do that with your lunch or in the afternoon, because it takes a while for it to go all the way through that intestinal tract to register that feeling of being full. Okay. There we go. I'm kind of going through this again. All right. So there you go. They come in a package. Okay. Now, after your 10 days, now you would be using the Slim and Sassy all 30 days. If you're using the control, I'd be using that all 30 days. After your 10 days of the GX Assist, you're going to now use the PB Assist for the last 10 days of the cleanse, 20 through 30. The PB Assist is basically like the good guys. If you think of GX Assist as going in there and killing all the bad guys, now we need to replenish our gastrointestinal tract with good microflora. And that's what the GX or PB Assist is. The PB Assist is friendly bacteria. And the friendly bacteria is really what keeps our immune system working. It's what helps us to really process and eliminate smoothly. It helps to prevent the growth of harmful pathogens. It's really crucial in having like a healthy habitat, a healthy environment in our body. And really, we all have, candida. We all have some, negative things in that GI tract. But if we have enough of the good, it will keep it in balance, okay? So that's what we're doing here. And let's talk about why you might have, threats to that good microflora. What might have compromised it in the first place? Firstly, stress. Stress is actually damaging to our body on so many levels, and it can compromise the microflora. Chemicals and toxins actually kill the good, especially antibiotics. You can see on the bottom. Antibiotics go in and kill everything. They kill the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. But the good bacteria, again, is what keeps the bad in check. So without the good, we actually become more susceptible to getting sick, to infections. Many of us have experienced that. I know I was on rounds of antibiotics when I was younger, and it just destroyed my body. And I ended up having candida and all kinds of health problems because it had obliterated my good flora. And it's taken me years, actually, to rebuild that. Okay, another thing, unhealthy diets. All kinds of bad food is going to just wreak havoc, especially lots of sugar, lots of alcohol, really processed foods, chemicals, those types of things. And then traveling. When we travel, we're exposed to different microflora, different bugs, different pathogens, right? So these are all things that can really compromise the good microflora. And what are some of the symptoms of that? Okay, digestive discomfort is probably the number one. If you're having gas, bloating, trouble eliminating, trouble with sensitivity to foods, all of these things are really strong signals that you could have a compromised microflora. Sensitivities, again, to food and other kinds of sensitivities as well. Chronic GI challenges, fatigue, no energy, foggy brain, having an immune system that's not working well, getting sick all the time. These are all really strong indications that you might have a compromised microflora. So let's talk about what we're going to do to restore that. We are going to use a powerful, powerful probiotic, okay? There's a lot of probiotics out there, and a lot of them do not work very well. Let's talk about why doTERRA's is different. We have what's called a prebiotic. What the prebiotic does is it's actually the food in which the probiotic is living on. Most probiotics have to be refrigerated because they die. They die very quickly. And even when they're refrigerated, oftentimes they lose their effectiveness. Ours is alive. It does not have to be refrigerated because it actually is living on that food, those good microflora. Ours is also colony forming. It does not have to be taken every day. It goes in and it creates colonies and more colonies of good flora. And it also has megadoses of those good probiotics. Now you're going to do this 10 days. This is going to be the last section of the cleanse. This is our restoring period where we're restoring our body with the good microflora that it needs. Okay, so we've opened the pathways of elimination. We've cleansed, we're renewing, and we're restarting the body and reducing that toxic load. And there you can see all of those products that you're going to be using to support you in that cleanse. Now I want to kind of go over the 30 days again. When you're looking at this picture, I want you to look at the bottom up because I think that's easier. The first 3 sections, the Slim and Sassy, the Zendocrine Essential Oil, the Terrazyme and Zendocrine Herbal Complex, and what's not listed here, the Lifelong Vitality Supplements, that is what you're going to be doing all 30 days, okay? Now, Slim and Sassy, you're going to take 3 soft gels per day between or after meals. The Zendocrine oil, you're going to do 2 drops in a capsule in the morning and at night. This Terrazyme, you're going to do 1 to 3 capsules with your meals and 1 to 2 capsules on an empty stomach. Again, on an empty stomach, it's going to detoxify. The Zendocrine Complex, you're going to do 1 to 2 capsules in the morning and at night. Okay, and that's your 30 days along with your supplements. Then on day 10, you're going to do your GX Assist for 10 days. The last 10 days of the cleanse, you do your PB Assist Plus to restore, and you're going to do that capsule in the morning, noon, and at night. Okay, and that's your 30-day cleanse right there. And you're going to get healthy from the inside out. Okay, health is an inside job, and this is just going to be such a great cleanse for you. Again, it's very simple, very effective. And now I want to talk for a minute about a couple other suggestions that are going to support you during your cleanse. Now, I'm not going to give you a whole recipes and guides on what to eat because there are different schools of thought out there, but I'm going to give you some basic guidelines, okay? You're cleansing your body, so you do not want to be taking in extra toxins. What that means is you're going to abstain from alcohol for sure, sugar for sure, white flour for sure. I recommend going low or no dairy if you can. Maybe substitute with some almond milk. Just stay off the heavy things like cheese and things like that can be really kind of stop you up anyway. I would avoid a lot of grains that are not, maybe whole grains like brown rice or quinoa are good, but I would avoid lots of bread, baked goods, all of that kind of thing. That's not really going to be super supportive of a cleanse. And of course, processed food. You want to eat natural, whole, good, healthy food right now. Organic, as much as possible, I would go organic. And, make sure that it's real food, okay? Not from a box or a package or things like that. Some people get really into this with, making raw juices. I'm doing that right now. I've got my green juice I'm drinking. You don't have to do that, but if you can, I think that's a great way to do it. Smoothies are wonderful. If you don't have a juicer, maybe, add some spinach, add some greens to a smoothie. And then, of course, you want to drink a lot of water. Water is really crucial because your body needs the water to actually flush out the toxins, okay? You're taking all this great stuff that's going to break up stuff, dissolve stuff, but you need to actually have the water to flush you out. And in fact, if you don't do enough water, you might have more of a cleansing reaction, okay? Some other things you might want to do that are really nice if you have time is to do some Epsom salt baths. Epsom salt actually pulls out toxins, and so you can do that and add maybe some lavender, maybe one of your essential oils that you enjoy soaking in, and that's grapefruit is actually a great detoxifier as well. You could add that in your bath and do a nice Epsom salt bath. And then I do want to just do a word of caution. If you're brand new to doTERRA, I would probably wait about a month before doing this cleanse. I would first just get on the supplements and start drinking some citrus oils in your water, like a lemon, lime, orange, maybe some of this lemon sassy. That is already very cleansing, and it's going to get your body kind of primed and pumped and ready to go. I would not start out your journey with the 30-day cleanse, okay? It shouldn't be too intense for most people, but if this is your very, very, very beginning, it could be a little bit intense. So at the very least, I would do at least like a 10-day or 20 days on just the vitamins and the citrus oils and some Slim and Sassy, and make sure you're feeling good before you start the cleanse. This cleanse is really geared for the average person. If you have been under, for some reason, a lot of, let's say, pharmaceutical drugs or other drugs, or drinking a lot of alcohol, or maybe you've just had chemo, or something where your body really has taken in a lot of toxins, this may be too intense for you. You may need to do this much more slowly, okay? So I am going to just put that word of caution. This is really geared for most people, and it's really fine for most people. However, there are situations where you are going to need to cleanse more slowly. Some of the feelings that can happen when you're cleansing is, a little bit of digestive upset, Sometimes things will come through the skin, a little bit of breakout or rash or itching, sometimes a little bit of a headache. A little bit is okay, and usually it's pretty minimal, if at all. But if you're experiencing stronger, then definitely slow down. And again, if you have a very weakened system, it may not be the time to cleanse. Cleansing, it may just be the time to rebuild with the supplements and getting your health back on track. It does take energy, like I said, for your body to cleanse. And if you're really depleted of energy, it may not be the first thing you want to address. Okay, now that said, this is a very gentle cleanse. I personally double most of what is written here. I do double because I've done a lot of cleansing and my body can handle it. So again, it is going to be somewhat customized, but I do recommend, especially if it's your first cleanse, that you just do what I recommended. Don't do more. And I think that you'll have a really great experience. But again, feel free to start with less and, see how your body's doing. You can always add more to the full dosage that is recommended. All right, now for those of you who are new to doTERRA, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the enrollment kits, but you are able to actually get doTERRA products all at wholesale. And wholesale really is the smartest way to buy, because not only can you get the products at a discount, but then you can engage in a monthly plan that gives you rebates, and then you get below wholesale. You can get up to 55% discount. These are two of the most popular kits. The one on the right corner is called the Natural Solutions Kit, and you save $113 off wholesale. You get a free diffuser. That is one of my favorite kits. And then you can see on the left there's another one called the Home Essentials, where you save $86. You get a smaller diffuser. So these are two of the most popular, but you'll want to talk to, if you don't yet have doTERRA products and have a wholesale membership, you'll want to talk to whoever invited you to this webinar. If that's me, you can contact me, and I'm happy to go over some other kits as well, and we can customize a package for you. And of course, you'd want to get all of the products for the cleanse. You could either do that in your enrollment package or in your monthly order. But doTERRA has really wonderful products and ordering system to really help us save money, get products for free, and benefit the most. We also have a really wonderful share program. So once if you enroll with doTERRA, you have 120 days to actually share doTERRA with other people, and you can earn incredible packages with lots and lots of oils. One of the oils that you can get is tangerine, and it's the only way to get tangerine. It's one of my favorite oils. We actually had it last night in a salad dressing. It was so good. I love to put it in smoothies and put it in water. It's a really beautiful oil. So again, if you are not yet enrolled with doTERRA, please talk to who invited you, and they can share more with you about the share program. And this really concludes our 30-day cleanse. I am so happy that you joined me on this webinar, and I'm excited for you to begin cleansing. This really is, for me, the perfect cleanse because it's gentle, it's effective. You can do it and live your life normally. It doesn't have you run into the bathroom all day. It's just a really easy, wonderful cleanse, and the results have been fantastic. I'm actually starting it today myself. The best way to do this particular cleanse is to do it once a quarter, so 4 times a year, every season, so spring, summer, fall, and winter. And that will just really help your body to be performing optimally. We're always taking toxins in every single day. And so we want to be doing some detoxing every day. So even when we're not cleansing, by drinking our citrus oils, by taking our Slim and Sassy, taking our vitamins, we're giving our body some of what it needs to get rid of those toxins. And then by doing this cleanse once a quarter, we really up the ante, and we're able to just really get any of that toxic load, those accumulated toxins, out of the body and get the body just performing optimally. So thank you for joining me. Enjoy your cleanse. Live happy, live healthy. See you soon. Bye.